Okay.
All right, I bought some resistance bands due to COVID-19 and all the gyms being shut down. Last closure of quarantine, I ate my way through it, didn't exercise at all, and I'm not doing that again this time. So I bought some resistance bands. There's a set of 5 in here, varying in weight, and I'm just going to demonstrate some ways to use this in your house. It comes with the box. Comes with a little instruction manual with some exercises. It comes with 2 handles with foam grips. And then you've got all your bands labeled from 10 pounds, 20 pounds, 30 pounds, 40 pounds, up to 50 pounds. You can combine multiple bands into one. So if this 40-pound band If this black 40-pound band is not enough resistance for you, then you can always step it up another 10, or this is a 20-pounder. So now I have 60 pounds of resistance here. I like that interchangeable feature of being able to increase and decrease your resistance. So as you see, what else came with this is these ankle straps, and that's so you can do some leg workouts and some hip flexor workouts. I've gone ahead and put those on already. This also comes with a door strap. Here we go. This also comes with a door strap. So in my case, I decided to put anchor hooks all over my wall in various places, so I didn't have to be crowded up on my garage door. But so you can see how it works is I'm doing the same exact thing on the wall. You can take this to any door in the house, anywhere around, and you just put it up and it locks itself right in there, and then you just run your band through here and you'll be able to do your movements. You can move this band to the side, hook here. You can move this band to the bottom and hook there. So I'm going to demonstrate some of these movements utilizing my wall, which my goal here was to emulate what's going on in the gyms, what the movements I'm trying to do in the gyms, plus learn some new movements with resistance bands. So we're going to start with some tips. So whenever you're using resistance bands, no matter what the size is, you want to have an even stretch. So say you're going to do some bicep curls, you want to have an even stretch on both sides so that you're getting the same amount of resistance to both extremities. Also, if you want more resistance, more stretch out of this, the wider your stance is, the more resistance, the tighter the pull. So you can actually interchange your workouts and increase resistance just by having a shorter band. And the most important thing is good form. Don't sacrifice adding more resistance or more force to your exercises. Focus on your form, isolating the muscle group that you're trying to work out, and then you can add more resistance as you get stronger or want to challenge yourself more. But first and foremost is form. And then I aim for 10 to 12 reps per set because that's my goal, is to continue strength training. Kind of a rule of thumb, if you do 15 reps and it's quite easy, you might want to consider increasing your resistance to where that 15th rep is tough without sacrificing your form. So with that being said, I'll get right into some of the exercises that you can do. So whether you're a guy or a girl, it doesn't matter. You can tailor your workout. This video is not for a specific workout. It's for how to use these bands and how I'm using these bands. So you can tailor your workout whether you're a male or female, whether you want to get muscle mass, you want to lose fat, you want to tone up, you'll be able to tailor that. That's for a separate video, and there's plenty of stuff online. So we're going to start with chest. This is the chest press. Again, you know what, I'll actually demonstrate this from one hook, just as though you had it on your door. I like two hooks for a different reason. So here we are with chest press. I'm only going to do a couple repetitions of each just to demonstrate. So chest press, you want to get a good stretch on the bands. You want to put one foot forward, doesn't matter which one, and push one. And let your elbows come back to 90 degrees. 2, 3, and again, you adjust your resistance, increase or decrease your resistance to achieve your goal, what you're trying to do. So that'd be a chest press. And we got chest flies. So it's very similar, except we're coming from the outside. 1, 2, 3. Remember, always breathing on the way out. 4. Again, this is really light resistance. For the demonstration purposes, I would be putting some more on to make sure that I'm getting the stretch and the muscle contraction that I like. The next exercise, this one's about a little bit about waist height. It's called the valley press. And again, making sure that these bands have even resistance on them. Okay, this one you're going to come forward. You're going to bring your arms forward and back. And you're contracting your chest the entire process. Contracting the chest, keeping the core engaged, and that's called the valley press. That'll work the chest. They also have push-ups which you can do with the band, which I'm not a big fan of, so I'm not going to show them, but you can look that up. All right, let's get into back. So for back, what I found that I can do here is we can do high rows. Again, this weight is too light, but for demonstration it makes it easier. We can do high rows. 1, 2, squeezing the back scapulas together, shoulder blades. 3, 4. That's a high row. We can then come into a low row, which we're using our lats. Or you can even sit down and row this way. 1, 2, and so on. You can also do a seated lat pull down. This would be the top of your door up here. This would be the top of your door here. So again, I'd put more resistance on these and bring them down. 1, 2, 3. Alternatively, you can also grab these up higher, not use the handles. You can even wrap your hand around them if you don't want to use handles. And come down. 1, 2. But alternatively, I would put more bands on. Okay. Let's see, what else do we want to show? And then we can do some rowing, some shoulder shrugs, and this is going to be way too light, but I'm going to grab real low down here and wrap my hands around and shrug and use the shoulders to pull this resistance up. Now you might have to get further back, but I would actually add probably another 2 or 3 bands for myself to do this properly for me. Let's see. There are plenty more exercises. These are some of the basics. I'm not going to get into every single one. There's some really great people on YouTube that have some really good exercises. These are just exercises that I'm familiar with, and then I can adapt from the gym to my house. Okay, let's go for legs. So we did chest, we did back, and now some basic things for legs. So you don't even need a point of attachment for everything. So for legs, let's start with squats. And again, I want to make sure that the resistance is about the same on both sides. I'm going to you're going to put your arms up here like it's a squat bar behind or in front of your neck. Okay, and you're going to come with your chin up, you're going to come down and let the resistance work against you on the way up. 2, 3. You always want to stay straight with your head up in the air. 4. I would definitely add some more bands to get more resistance. And you'll feel that in your quadriceps in the front of your leg. You'll really start to feel burn. Some of the next things that we can do for legs is this one is called the hamstring curl. And I better use a little bit heavier of a band. So I'm going to hook this band up to my left leg. Okay, what this is for is just like in the gym when you do leg curls, same principle. 1. So I need to get more stretch on this. 1, hold. 2, hold. 3, hold. And you would increase or decrease your resistance as needed and extend the length of the band or not as needed. You really want to focus on the contraction here and keeping a straight back. And I would alternate sets of 10 per leg or sets of 12 or 15, whatever your flavor is. Next, we also have, we did leg extensions, or we did leg curls. Here's leg extensions. And the way I have mine hooked up, I've got to always make sure it stays on that hook. I'm actually going to put an eye hook up there so it doesn't come off. But for leg extension, just like you would do in the gym, just get a nice good stretch on your band. Bring your leg up and out. 1, 2. If you're having some trouble with balance, you can get a chair or a stool, put it next to your 1. But the idea here is we want to work the quadricep. 2, 3, and so on and so forth. 4. You'd switch your bands, switch legs until you achieve your goal that you're looking for. We're good again. Okay, so the next thing for legs and hips are some hip abduction and hip adduction, or leg adduction and leg abduction. So I've got the appropriate weight that I'd like. Whenever if you think about your body as a midline, you're the center. When you take something away from your body, that's called abduction, like being abducted. Whenever you bring something towards your body, that's called adduction. You're adding something towards your center line. That's the way I can remember it. So in this case, I've got 1 foot in front of, I'll have my stool here on this side if you need it. Okay, and I'm simply 1, 2, try to keep a straight body. In this case, my left foot's in front of my right foot. 3, 4. And what you're doing is you're really working these side hip flexors here. So you would do a set of these at your resistance and your amount of repetitions. That is abduction. We're taking it away from the center line of the body. Now, all I have to do the opposite is turn around and place my stool on the opposite side. Now all the resistance wants to take my leg away. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it in. 1, 2. I need to get a little more stretch. 3, 4, 5. Now you don't want to be leaning all the way out like this. You want to be as straight as possible. So if you need to use something like this, Go for it. 4. And that's working the inside aspect of the legs. Again, there's a few other things you can do. I need to demonstrate shoulders next. Okay, so for shoulders, let's use this 40-pound black strap. Okay, now you don't even need a point of attachment for these either. Just like your squats were. Just make sure you got about the same tension on both sides. So I'm going to come here like this. You can bend your knees a little if you like. Keep your core straight and tight. And 1. Keep 90 degrees at your elbows. 2. And you just keep going until you reach your maximum repetitions, whether it's 10, 12, or 15 or greater. And adjust your resistance as needed. And this is going to hammer the shoulders. The next thing that we have are lateral raises. Okay. In same fashion, we can do these without a point of attachment or with a point of attachment. 1, 2, 3, 4. Switch sides. Tighten that resistance band up to where you need it. A little too tight there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or alternatively, you can do them together at the same time. You just need to get your width figured out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Another thing you can do is, it's called upright rows. You're gonna have to get this nice and tight here, and you come up together. 1, 2, 3, 4. For shoulders, we've done military press, lateral raises, which are out here, upright row, and we also have front row. Now I can, if I'd like to, I can come from here and do 1, 2, that's a front raise, 3, 4, 5. Just make sure that your posture is always good and that you're not cheating because the resistance is too high. There are just a number of things you can do with this set. Now the last thing we'll focus on is arms. So pretty basic. You don't even need a point of attachment. Get in here evenly. Make sure that they both have about the same amount of tension on them. Bend your knees slightly. Maybe stick your butt out a little bit. And 1, 2, 3. Now I can feel that I need a little bit more tension, so I'm going to open the gap a little bit. There we go. You can do them one at a time and focus on individual form, or you can do them together. That'd be your standard bicep curl. If you want to hook it to your door, you can do that as well with the door strap. And you can come out here and do them up high. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's another way to do your bicep curl. Same difference if you want to do it just one at a time. You can take and hold off however much your left hand while you work your right hand out. Or you can say you want to come up high and work them out up here. 1, 2. You just always make sure that you focus on the muscle that you're trying to work out. So that's unilateral, meaning one extremity. Bilateral, meaning 2. Bi means 2. So we're going both at the same time. What else do I have here? Another exercise. Again, you don't even need a point of attachment. Is hammerheads. Not sure how efficient this is, but it's a workout I do in the gym. So you, instead of having your palms up, okay, you have your fists, your hands in the fists, clenched fist, excuse me. And you bring it up like this. 1, leaving your elbows at its side. 2, 3, and what this works is this works your Brachii, the side of your bicep in here. So you can do a set of 8, 10, 12, 15 of these, however you choose. Then to focus on triceps, you could use the high point on your door. And you can do these in a couple ways. I like to emulate the V-shaped handle, or the half diamond shaped handle, or triangle shaped handle, if you will. I like to try to emulate that form. Come up close to the wall, and what you're doing is pressing down. 1. You want to really engage 2, that tricep muscle in the back of your arm. 3. Alternatively, you can keep them straight. I need more resistance, but for the purposes of this video, I'm just going to use the 1. 1, 2, 3. Again, always making sure you engage that tricep and you hold in on it. Alternatively, you can do 1 at a time. Find the sweet spot where it feels good, and then come back 1. And you'll really feel a nice, good contraction in the tricep in the back of your arm. Okay, that's a very good one to alternate. Again, do the opposite for the other arm. Hold one down here. Form's good. 1, 2. So that would be 2 different ways of working out your triceps with this equipment. Another way is I like to get it in that half diamond shape here, or triangle shape. Come out and push. 1, 2. And it may even be easier with these bands to just, all you're focusing on is the tricep, the back of your arm. You don't want anything else being worked if you don't have to. So those are just a number of things that you can do with these bands. There is a lot more out there. There's a lot more than I know. I'm just getting back into it, utilizing my garage, and spent 40 bucks for the band set, and I spent about 20 bucks for hooks. I just wanted to have hooks so I can quickly move between exercises. There's also abs you can do. I didn't really get into that. There's a few ways you can do abs. I'll just try to demonstrate. And again, this won't be enough resistance, but for the purpose of this video, it should be fine. Okay, you can have these behind your head, and you're using the resistance to pull you up, and you're using your abs to pull you down. Those are the only muscles you should be using, is your abs to pull you down. Not your arms, not your forearms, not your biceps or triceps, but your abs. That's one way you can do it. And then of course another way you can do it is out here in the opposite direction. And again, you would need to adjust the resistance. See, I'm just falling down because it's too light. But you would need to adjust your resistance for a good ab crunch. There's so many things you can do. This video wasn't to teach you how to be a bodybuilder, a weightlifter. It was just to show you how you can use these basic bands and equipment to still get a great workout in your house. And perhaps maybe I'll go do some workout videos as I fine tune this myself. Anyway, I hope the video was helpful to y'all out there, and have fun, be healthy, be safe.